Hello everybody, and welcome back to Severus Snape's depressed daughter. I'm not particularly excited to continue this story, but thankfully, this actually isn't very long. It's only 8 chapters, and then it has a sequel that's not finished, but it hasn't been updated since 2018, so we'll get through this pretty fast if I read 2 chapters per video. But yeah, we're gonna be reading chapters 3 and 4 today. Last video was something. It was a thing. It was definitely a thing. But let's just try and get this over with. Chapter 3. First weeks. Me and Hermione were already in Professor McGonagall's class. I sat next to her in class. There was this nice cat on the professor's desk, and I kept looking at it. Harry and Ron were not in class, and so was the professor, so I thought she was with them. After a few minutes, Harry and Ron came running into the class. Made it. Can you imagine old McGonagall's face if we were late? Ron said, but then the cat standed up, and apparently that was McGonagall. That was bloody brilliant. The look on Ron's face was priceless. You know, it didn't mention her transforming back into a human. It just kind of said the cat stood up, so all I can imagine is this cat just like standing up, hopping off the desk and walking towards them on its hind legs, even though I know that's not the case. But you'd only really know this if you've seen the movies or read the books, I guess. I haven't read the books. Was never allowed to. I started reading the books when I was like really little, like I want to say 4th grade. But then the librarian refused to allow me to check out the rest of the books because I wasn't smart enough to read them and understand them. So that's nice. Anyways, off topic. Thank you for that assessment, Mr. Weasley. It'd be better if I transfigure Mr. Potter and yourself into a watch. Then one of you might be on time. That's not even the proper quote. You got that wrong. How dare you? She said strictly, but not angrily. We got lost, Harry said. Then perhaps a map. I trust you don't need one to find your seats. Then class was over, before I knew it. But then hell happened. Hermione, what class is next? I asked her. Potions with your dad. My heart started racing and I started shaking a bit. He did hit slash slap yesterday night. Hermione asked me why there was a red/purple spot on my face. I lied, saying that I fell off the bed. When we then got to potions, I sat in the back of the dark class alone. You spelled alone very wrong, sweetheart. Then the door slammed open and I started having a panic attack. There will be no foolish wand waving or silly incantations in this class. As such, I don't expect many of you to appreciate the subtle science and exact art that is potion making. However, for those select few, he said, staring at Malfoy, who possesses the predisposition, I can teach you how to bewitch the mind and ensnare the senses. I can tell you how to bottle fame, brew glory, and even put a stopper in death. Notices Harry scribbling on his paper. Then again, maybe some of you have come to Hogwarts in possession of abilities so formidable that you feel confident enough to not pay attention, he said, stepping towards Harry. Mr. Potter, our new celebrity. He there went and asked Harry a bunch of questions he didn't know the answer to, but Hermione did. After Father told us to do a potion, he then walked next to me and gave me my Muggle asthma air thing. I don't know how they are called, but he just gave it to me and I could breathe again properly. But hang on a second, in the first chapter he gives her a potion, and they're wizards. Why would she have an inhaler when they have? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Why does she have an inhaler? Why does she have an inhaler? He gave her a potion in the first chapter for her breathing problem. I'm so confused. Okay then, sure, we'll go with that. We were in the hall. Seamus, I think that's how you say his name, was trying to turn water into rum. What's Seamus trying to do to the water? Harry asked Ron. Turn it to rum. Actually managed weak tea yesterday before. Boom! The water exploded in his face. It was actually funny. Then the mail came. I didn't get any mail, nor did Harry. Can I borrow this? Harry asked Ron. Ron nodded. I left because I didn't have mail. I was wandering around the halls when I bumped into someone. I'm sorry, I say immediately. I look up to see it was my father. Come with me, he said in his cold, monotone voice. I just nod quickly and follow him. Oh boy, we're switching point of views. Snape's point of view. I was looking for Anastasia through the halls. I had to tell her there is something about Quirrell I don't like. He is suspicious. I had to tell her to keep a distance from him. Then my thoughts had been interrupted by a student bumping into me. I'm sorry, the student said. I looked down and saw it was Anastasia. Come with me, I tell her. She just nodded. We then walked to the dungeons. There was no need for this point of view switch if you're going to just basically repeat what the previous paragraph had said. Granted, with a little bit more information, but we could have gotten this information from Anastasia's point of view because, like, if he's going to warn her about Quirrell, then obviously we're going to learn that information. I'm so confused. And doesn't Snape know that Quirrell has Lord Voldemort on the back of his head? Doesn't he know that? I'm pretty sure he does. I'm so confused. Anastasia's point of view. Dad told me to follow him to the dungeons. I was so scared of what he would do to me. I mean, he did slap me last time we saw each other. Well, I deserved it for being a disappointment, but I was still scared. Jesus Christ. Okay. There are better ways to write self-deprecation than this, but everything's fine. It's okay. We got to that. Okay, wait, hold on a second. Why would he bother warning her if it's established she doesn't really care about her? But also, that's kind of contradictory in the story. I'm trying so hard to put my thoughts into words, but it's really, really, really hard for me to do so. I cannot handle this. We got to his class and he gestured me to sit, and I did. Try to avoid Professor Quirrell at all costs, he said. He is always serious, but this time he meant it. But why, Father? I asked, a bit scared. Just do as I say, Anastasia, he said. You can leave now. And so I did. Why did Father want me to keep a distance from Quirrell? I asked myself this again and again. Then I bumped into the one and only Draco Malfoy. Get out of my way, filthy mudblood, he said in disgust. I'm not a mudblood. I'm a half-born, so get it right, Malfoy. That is the wrong right. Who cares? You should disappear. No one will care anyway. You are a waste of time, and space, so get lost, he said. He then left. I got up and ran to the bathroom and started crying. Then someone came in crying as well. It surprised me to see it was Hermione. I got out of the stall and went to the one Hermione was in, and I knocked on the door. Go away, she said. Hermione, it's me. She then quickly opened the door. Anne! We then cried for what felt like minutes, but it was actually hours. I think you meant that the other way around. Because what's about to happen is the troll is about to bust into the bathroom, and I don't think that took place over the course of a couple hours. You mean it felt like hours, but it was actually just a few minutes. That is what you wanted. Because there's no way in hell they would stay in the bathroom for hours and nobody would go looking for them. I will always be here for you, Hermione, I say. Thanks. Here too. We both smile at each other. We were ready to leave when a troll came out of nowhere and attacked us. We both screamed and went to a stall. The troll destroyed the upper part of the stall. We screamed again. Anne, Hermione! I hear Harry and Ron scream. Help! I screamed back. Harry and Ron came to the bathroom door. I got up and pulled Hermione up and pushed her towards Harry and Ron. Anne, what are you doing? Hermione screamed at me. And then Harry jumped onto the troll and sticked his wand in his nose. Then I made the troll drop Harry and pushed him towards Hermione and Ron. You three go and find a professor. Oi, you pea-brain, over here. Leave them alone. Oh, Jesus Christ. My name is Anastasia Lily Snape. I'm a half-blood. I'm the daughter of Severus Snape. My mother, Amelia Pond! Died when I was born, and today is the day I die for my friends. Today is the day I see my mother for the first time. There is no need for this dramatic, heroic dialogue in Amelia Pond? Amelia Pond. What? Why? I'm fine. No, I'm not. That's a lie. Amelia Pond! Why are we throwing Doctor Who in here all of a sudden? Amelia, what are you doing here? Why? No, Amelia! Amelia! I'm fine. Then the troll picked me up. Ron, do something. I don't have my wand, Hermione screamed. I closed my eyes, waiting for impact, but then Ron used Wingardium Leviosa and dropped the troll's maze on his head. The troll dropped me and he got knocked out. When he fell, his arm fell on me, but it didn't hurt me. I got the arm off me and got up. I grabbed Harry's wand out of the troll's nose and gave it to him, then Hermione. Ron and Harry came and hugged me. I froze when they did. I'd never been hugged before. Jesus Christ. Gasp. Oh my goodness. Explain yourselves, both of you. Professor McGonagall came in with Father and Quirrell. Well, what it is, Harry and Ron tried to explain. Hermione tried to speak, but I cut her off. It's my fault, Professor McGonagall, I say. Miss, she looked at Father. Snape, Father looks at me with a deadly glare. I've never seen a troll before. I've read about them, but never seen one, so I wanted to see it and stop it myself too. I looked down too. My father asked angrily, sigh. Fuck, I can't. I'm trying to read through this as fast as possible, but in doing so, I'm messing up. That's a sign, not sigh. To prove myself worthy of being and learning here, but if it wasn't of Ron and Harry, I would be dead. And for Hermione, she was here before she knew about the troll being in school grounds. I say ashamed. Also, way to steal Hermione's thunder. Like, geez. Wasn't this whole scene in the original just to prove Hermione isn't just a stuck-up, like, teacher's pet? And y'all had to go and steal that from her. Thanks, I appreciate it. And if Anastasia wasn't here, I would be dead, Hermione said, smiling at me. Be that as it may, it was an extremely foolish thing to do. Harry looked at Snape's leg, which has a large cut on it. Snape notices it covers it up, glaring at Harry. Stop doing that. You've done it twice now. Stop putting things in... Jeez. I'm fine. No, I'm not. That's a lie. I would have expected more rational behavior on your part. Miss Snape, 5 points will be taken from Gryffindor for your serious lack of judgment. As for you two gentlemen, I just hope you realize how fortunate you are. Not many students could take on a full-grown mountain troll and live to tell the tale. 5 points will be awarded to each of you for sheer dumb luck. Snape and McGonagall exit. Why do you keep putting it in the little brackets? Stop that. Perhaps you ought to go might wake up. Heh. We leave the bathroom and we go to sleep. Oh, that's what he's trying to say. Oh, that was... You did not give any indication that was Quirrell talking. Also, that sentence confused the hell out of me. Jesus. Hello, Anna's here. I hope you liked this chapter and enjoyed it. Hope you read the next chapter. Goodbye. And then a word count. Jeez. I can't believe you made her mom Amelia Pond. What is Amelia doing here? Why have you done this? Ah, I can't believe you've done this. I'm sorry, I quote memes when I'm stressed. Okay, moving on to Chapter 4. Chapter 4! Quidditch. Anastasia's point of view. Harry, don't worry. You'll do well, I say to Harry. Today is the first match between Gryffindor and Slytherin, and he is the very first-year Seeker. He has to catch the snitch before the Slytherin Seeker does. Take a bit of toast, mate. Go on, Ron said. Ron's right, Harry. You'll need your strength today, Hermione said. I'm not hungry, Harry said. Then I saw Father coming towards us. Good luck today, Potter. You've proven yourself against a troll. A little game of Quidditch should be easy work, even if it's against Slytherin. He then left limping. That explains the blood, Harry said. Blood? Blood? What blood, Harry? Listen, last night I'm guessing Snape let the troll in as a diversion so he could try and get past the three-headed dog. That's right! We totally skipped over Fluffy! You dare skip over the best scene in the books? You skipped Fluffy? How dare you? I'm offended. Like... Your OC is friends with the main three and is in the same house as them. There is no way that... I guess you didn't do it because you didn't want to be stereotypical and have your OC join the adventure, but how dare you skip Fluffy? How dare you? I'm offended. Skip Fluffy. Rude. But he got himself bitten. That's why he's limping, Harry said. Oh, so you went to the forbidden floor too? Yeah, you have? Ron asked. Yeah, I don't play by the rules sometimes, and I was curious, but still, why would my father do such a thing? So you're telling me that your character went to the forbidden floor by herself at one point, but you didn't write a chapter addressing that? Excuse me? How dare you? We could have gotten a Fluffy scene either way, and you just decide not to write a Fluffy scene? I'm offended. You've offended me greatly. Everyone was surprised. Okay, I know my face looks like someone that plays by the rules, but yeah, don't judge a book by its cover, okay? I say. Then Hermione speaks up. Anyways, back on what we were talking about. Why would anyone go near that dog? She asked. The day I was at Gringotts, Hagrid took something out of one of the vaults. He said it was Hogwarts business. Very secret, he said. So you're saying that's what the dog's guarding. That's what Snape wants. An owl screeches. It is Hedwig. She is carrying a very large, long parcel. She drops it off. Why do you keep putting these, little details in brackets? It's really annoying and it's not necessary. Please stop. Bit early for mail, isn't it? I ask, a bit curious. But I never get mail, Harry says. Let's open it, Ron said. It's a broomstick. Harry said, excited. That's not just any broomstick, Harry. It's a Nimbus 2000, Ron said in disbelief. But who? Harry asked to himself. I then point over where Professor McGonagall is stroking Hedwig, and he just nods. Skip to the Quidditch game. Okay, I can do this. We were on a Gryffindor tower waiting for the game to begin. Look, there they are, Neville said. Hello and welcome to Hogwarts' first Quidditch game of the season. Today's game, Slytherin versus Gryffindor, Lee said. Lee is the commentator. Obviously. The players take their positions as Madame Hooch steps out onto the field to begin the game. We all start cheering for Gryffindor. Now I want a nice clean game. Clean? Clean. Nice clean game. Now I want a nice clean game from all of you, Professor Hooch said, looking at Slytherin. My house being disrespected in such a way, but I also get it. They're written to be the stereotypical evil bad guys, but still rude. How dare you? She kicks the trunk, and the bludger zooms out. The bludgers are up, followed by the golden snitch. Remember, the snitch is worth 150 points. The seeker who catches the snitch ends the game, Lee said. The quaffle is released, and the game begins. I didn't know that Quidditch was so exciting. Angelina Johnson zooms past Slytherin towards their goal and throws the ball. I almost read that as Angelina Jolie. Yes, because she is going to be in this fanfic, sure. And scores! Angelina Johnson scores! 10 points for Gryffindor, Lee screams. He is from Gryffindor, so I bet he is excited. We Gryffindors cheer. Well done, Hagrid said. Slytherin takes possession of the quaffle. Bletchley? Bletchley passes to Captain Marcus Flint. You didn't space out their name. Marcus Flint is one word in this story. You really need to go through and spell check and just do a whole bunch of other things, but really. He throws the quaffle, but Oliver whacks the ball away with his broom. Johnson and Katie Bell pass the quaffle back and forth as they strategize to score. Johnson takes it, throws, and once again scores. Another 10 points to Gryffindor. The Slytherins decide to get messy. They dodge, kick, and try to score. Once again, Oliver blocks. Flint grabs a beater's bat from one and whacks a bludger right at Oliver. It hits Oliver in the stomach and he falls to the ground. Boo! We all start to boo. I'm gonna cry. Third person point of view. Why do you switch? There's no need to be switching point of views like this. It's unnecessary. We could just be all seeing this from Anastasia's point of view. As it should be. Because, you know, she's the main character in this story. I'm gonna cry. The Slytherin members head off. One jumps over George. Or Fred. And scores. Harry is upset again. Slytherin cheers. Take that side, Flint says to one of his teammates. They boxed Johnson in and sent her into the capes covering one of the towers. She falls down in and is out. The crowd boos. Slytherin scores once again. Suddenly, Harry sees the snitch. He starts to head off after it, and then his broom starts bucking and turning. What's going on with Harry's broomstick? Hagrid asks. Anastasia's point of view. It's Snape. He's jinxing the broom, Hermione said. What? I take the binoculars from her and look at my father. He is muttering something. A spell. I know a spell when I see one. I give her back her binoculars. Jinxing the broom? What do we do? She gives the binoculars to Ron. Leave it to me. She then leaves. Harry is knocked around, then falls, dangling by one arm from the broom. Hang on, Harry, I scream. Come on, Hermione, Ron says. I then see my father on fire. Father, I scream. I look back at Harry, who is on his broom again. I look at my father, who is okay. Go, Harry, go, I scream. Harry rams the Slytherin Seeker, then is butted out. He returns, smashing the Seeker again as the Snitch dives. The boys follow, but they approach the ground quickly. The Slytherin Seeker backs out, and Harry pulls up his broom as he follows the Snitch. Feet above the ground, Harry stands up and steps forward, trying to grab the ball. He goes too far and topples off the broom with a yelp, tumbling to the ground. He stands on the broom and lurches. Looks like he's going to be sick, Hagrid said. For some strange reason, I start to get dizzy. I grab myself from the ledge and lean forward and black out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hello, Anna's here. And you might be wondering, why did I make Anastasia fall off the tower? Well, as revenge, a professor made Anastasia dizzy with a spell. I won't say who, just for fun. And he or she made her fall, so yeah. Why would you put that in an author's note? No, you want that to be like a big reveal in this story. No, you just spoiled. You just spoiled it. You spoiled it. You spoiled your own story. And for what? And for what? Now, and why did a professor make her dizzy in the first place? Like, that literally makes no sense. You make no sense. I am going to have an aneurysm. It's fine, though. Everything is okay. There's nothing to worry about. Okay, I'm gonna leave this off here for now. I have many thoughts. I have so many thoughts. But whatever, it's fine. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you are new. Cause if you don't, I'm gonna steal your toes. Goodbye.